Greetings, Pine Bluff. I'm Shuna Howard on behalf of Pine Bluff News. I am interviewing 3rd Ward Alderman candidate Michael Mccray. Welcome, Michael.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Hey, I'm glad that you're running. Why? What sparked the interest?
Well, Shuna, as you know, I'm born and raised in Pine Bluff, and I'm interested in the growth and development of the city. It's been, it's been a few years now where we're spiraling kind of in the wrong direction, and I've had some prior experience in government and worked with the airport commission, and I just thought I'd throw my hat as opposed to talking about it. I wanted to be about it, and so I just decided to throw my hat in the ring so I could add my skills and experiences to trying to move Pine Bluff in the right direction.
But tell me about your political experience.
Well, I don't have so much political in terms of elected office. I've worked for the federal government. And as a matter of fact, I got my start in community development with the U.S. Department of Agriculture, and I was working on the Empowerment Zones program for the Clinton administration. So for those of you who aren't familiar with that program, it was basically a $2.2 billion appropriation, which was the community and economic development policy of the Clinton administration. And so essentially, different communities, underserved communities, both urban and rural, would apply for grants and, essentially grants for as small as $3 million, $40 million, and up to $100 million. And so it was jointly administered by USDA and HUD. And my job, I worked on the side with USDA, and my job was really to go around the country. And I kind of laugh because the program was targeted towards underserved communities.
Yes.
So I tell people I got to see the worst places to live in America, but that was my job. And I was at the time I was working for the government in the daytime and going to law school at night. And I really had built upon my passion for community economic development. And I kind of got to see the big picture. You know, most people start off in this kind of learning about development from smaller projects. A lot of people work with faith-based organizations or social service or groups, and you kind of learn about it from a site-by-site process. I was blessed in the sense that I got to start from the top down, and each empowerment zone really was an entire master plan community. How do you redevelop cities? How do you redevelop neighborhoods? And so that was how I got introduced to this concept, and then I've seen what works and what doesn't work. And there's absolutely no reason that Pine Bluff can't be doing the same thing that's been happening all over the country. You know, it's not impossible to turn the city around. It takes, my experience has been, it takes somewhere between 5 and 10 years. But the first step is that people have to come together. We have to have a shared vision, and we have to be willing to work together. And so that's kind of my goal, and that's really the focus of my campaign. My campaign theme is Pine Bluff first. And so our leadership needs to be about putting the people and the residents that live here first. That needs to be about building small businesses and industries, just being concerned with what's going on here first. And so we're not saying that we're necessarily competing with the other cities in the county or in the region, but our leadership has to be primarily focused on what the building and what benefits the citizens, the residents, and the businesses of Pine Bluff, and then we'll build from there.
Okay. It sounds wonderful. It sounds like you thoroughly understand how to help rehab the city. And that's important because Pine Bluff is very underserved, unappreciated, and it's full of disparities. What is your vision?
The buildings are falling down, literally, not figuratively. We literally have our downtown is crumbling.
Yes.
Okay, it's job one. I mean, we got somebody has to do something about that. And again, I know we've strived and talked about it again, and the programs and the policies that I'm talking about, again, they've improved on the federal level. And as a matter of fact, when I was on the airport commission, I basically used the same concept to encourage the airport to rebuild and redevelop the airport. And so that started, we had our first major renovation for the airport in like over 30 or 40 years. And so now we've got a new terminal or a rehab terminal. We could have gotten a brand new one, but the vision didn't take hold at large, but we were able to move it in a direction that we've never had before. We've got our first minority contract vendor out there, and so it just shows that the stuff that I'm talking about, it can work, and it will work. It'll work at the airport, it'll work all across town. It's worked all across the country.
Okay.
We just need to start to implement it.
We know that rehab takes money. Do you see another tax for the city?
I think what we need to do is spend what we're spending better. I'm not necessarily against new. I think passing the economic development tax was actually it was actually a good thing, as long as the money is going to benefit Pine Bluff. So we don't want to tax the residents of Pine Bluff and develop other places. As long as we're kind of reinvesting our money in our businesses and for our people, whether it's professional development or whatnot, I'm generally okay with that. But I think that we could do a lot more with what our current spending is. We just have to spend smarter. And that's kind of what I'm proposing to do.
Okay, well, let's talk about our local government.
Okay.
Right now, it's in shambles.
Um,
How do you intend to be a vital part of repairing our situation?
well, that's the main reason I'm throwing my hat in the ring. I mean, it doesn't really do much good to talk about it. I mean, if people have ideas and skills and abilities, go ahead and join the fray. And so one is hopefully, I mean, I'm not Barack Obama or anybody. I'm just saying that I can add my skills and expertise. And then the other part is to try to build an environment where we're working together. I mean, we're not going to be, no one's 100% right, no one's 100% wrong. We have to be willing to build collaborative relationships and to at least try to hear the other person, as opposed, I want to listen to you as opposed to waiting for you to stop speaking so that I can speak. And I think that, if we have people of good mind and goodwill that are committed to working together, I hope that that'll move the city in the right direction. Because nobody's going to come save us. I mean, that's the thing. We can't sit around waiting for Toyota to decide that they're going to create 500 jobs in Pine Bluff. It would be wonderful, probably not going to happen. What we have to do is invest in the people that are already vested in Pine Bluff, that are already trying to do better in Pine Bluff, that are already trying to grow businesses in Pine Bluff. We have to invest in this, and that includes from the Boy Scout troop, the Masons, the faith-based organizations. That includes Jack and Jill, social organizations, AFIA, KSI, AKA, Links, the whole board. We all have a stake in Pine Bluff, and those organizations make up the social fabric here. And we need to support the programs and the initiatives that they have, and get everybody to work together towards a common vision and a common goal, and that is, putting Pine Bluff first.
Yes. The job of the alderman is to be the voice of his ward. How do you intend to be the voice?
Well, one is to listen to the people, and whatever my constituents' concerns are my concerns. I think that in one sense, Pine Bluff is in a situation where it's all hands on deck for the redevelopment of Pine Bluff. All wards will benefit from Pine Bluff doing better, but then also to know the district, to know the ward, and to work with the community organizations that are there, with the residents that are there, with the businesses that are there, and to kind of have a open door policy. I think, Shuna, I'm pretty easy to talk to, reach, and approach.
Yes.
It's not, I don't, I'm not aloof or anything. And so I'm open to anybody who's got any good ideas and anybody who's willing to work. Yeah, let's work together.
Let's work together to put Pine Bluff first. Thank you, Shuna Howard of Pine Bluff News.
Hello, Pine Bluff. My name is Michael Mccray, and I am your candidate for Pine Bluff City Council, Ward 3. I'm a long-time resident here, and Pine Bluff is first in my heart. I went to Pine Bluff High School, and I'm a proud zebra, and I want to put Pine Bluff back on the map so that we can regain the stature that we once had. I love this city, and I love the people here, and I want to put Pine Bluff first. We need jobs, we need education, we need social development, we need all the things that a true first-class city like Pine Bluff deserves. My name is Michael Mccray. I'm focused on economic development, human development, and community development. I think with these things, we can build Pine Bluff into the great city that she once was. I need your support, I need your vote, and I need your prayers. If you would please vote Michael Mccray, Pine Bluff City Council, Ward 3.